Happy New Year, friends. Welcome back to Adri's Farmhouse Kitchen. We are in a pantry challenge. So I am participating now in the second year. We've done the pantry challenge last year. The host of the challenge is Jessica from Three Rivers Homestead, an amazing family. I love following Jessica and her family on their journey. And I have decided to join the group of lots of people who decide to use up their leftovers, all the jars from the pantry and the freezer. So we all decided to not to go food shopping at all the whole month of January, but instead we're gonna use up the goods what we grew last year, and whatever we got in the freezer, in our cupboard. And so if you're interested, you are welcome. This month it's gonna be all about the pantry challenge. We're also going to plan the garden. Spoiler alert, we might even sow some seeds. So I am going to plan on vlogging what to sow in January, sow seeds in January, and me and you, we're going to make a plan to sow and to grow a year's worth of food. But today it's a very busy kitchen project day. So we are at the beginning, so we've still got so much left over from the Christmas season and end of the year food haul that I am going to freeze some. We are going to make things, and yeah, just looking around, so much to do. I've also actually made a list for the first couple of days what I would like to do. Today we are going to make cheese. So I have got all the milk in here. We're going to make goat's cheese. Also, all the breadcrumbs now, from the leftover bread, it's nice and dry. So I'm just gonna put it through quickly the coffee grinder, and we're going to put it in a jar. That's the job number 2. Number 3, I still got so much leftover of the bagel, and I'm gonna leave this out in a fridge, and we're going to enjoy this in the first week of the pantry challenge. But the rest, I am going to freeze. These rolls freeze really well. Another thing I'm going to freeze some of the leftover of the cabbage soup. So that freezes really well. We still got there a little bit left. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to freeze a little bit. I've already put some in the freezer, but I think I don't want to waste it, so I think we're gonna do just a little bit more, and I'm going to write Christmas cabbage soup on it, and whatever stayed in here, that's gonna be tomorrow's dinner. So that's that. Check on my sheet: cheese, breadcrumbs, leftover food, banana ice cream. So our next thing what we're gonna do, I've still got so much banana left. I could just compost this because they are literally gone brown, but this full of sugar will make an amazing ice cream. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna make a big batch of banana ice cream and put it in a freezer, friends. So that's another plan. And freeze food, what I've already just talked about, the soup and the bagel. So if you're interested, you are welcome. Let's go watch the vlog, friends. First things first, after a busy Christmas time with my family, we have so much leftovers. So remember, we're going to do the pantry challenge. It starts in 2 days. But for now, I am using up all the leftover bread, what we've not eaten or is just getting too much. You know, some get to the compost, some to the chickens, and some going to be breadcrumbs. So we are having leftovers of the cabbage soup, the Christmas cabbage soup, and the bagel. We skipped breakfast this morning, so this is our lunch. Okay, the next job is to make the cheese, the goat's cheese. So first thing first, I need to measure out how many liter milk I have, so I need to adjust then the lipase powder and the rennet. So let's measure it out in this 4 liter measuring jug. I'm gonna use up some of the dairy product from the shop. So I've got some double cream. I'm gonna use one up to making the cheese and one making the ice cream, what we're gonna do next. I'm going to heat this up to 86 degrees Fahrenheit and add the lipase powder and the rennet, and it's gonna make us a lovely goat cheese. I still got actually in a fridge from before the holidays what would actually, it's going to make us an amazing fried cheese. So that needs to go on a list on our pantry challenge. So this is 4 liter right here. So we ended up with 8 liters of goat's milk. Exactly. While this is gonna come up to temperature, I'm gonna just wash up all those jars and bottles. Okay, the milk is now nearly up to temperature. So for my 8 liters of milk, I'm gonna use about 4 ml of animal rennet, and I'm going to use the 300 ml of this double cream and about 1/4 teaspoon of lipase powder. It is now on temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to remove this now. And first I'm going to add the cream. And I'm going to mix it real well with the milk. And next we add the lipase powder. I'm really running low now on a lipase powder. So I'm figuring that's whatever is in there, it's about 1/4 teaspoon. So yeah, literally 1/4 teaspoon. And a good mix. That will give some extra flavor to our cheese. Let it sit for a couple of minutes. And then we're going to add the rennet. And I'm going to add the rennet, it's just a cup of lukewarm water. So about 4 ml we aim in, just under a teaspoon. And we're just going to mix this real well in that water. And this goes back to the fridge. I ideally like to add the rennet just right before, when you know the milk is ready to receive it. I'm just using this whisk to incorporate that double cream because that's still in lumps and we really want smooth texture. Because after we put the rennet in, we won't be moving the milk because we're aiming the curd to set within about half an hour. And then we cut the curd, heat it back up, and make the cheese. And our next job, while the while the curd is setting, we're going to make the ice cream. Okay, this is now perfectly mixed together. And now we add the rennet. Try to put it everywhere. Mix it real well and then try to stop the motion. So just go up and down all over the place first. Make sure it cooperates nicely with the milk. And when we think it's done, try to stop that milk moving about. And that's it, friends. We can put the lid on, you don't have to. It's up to you. And now we're going to leave it to it for about half an hour and we're going to check for clear break. Ooh. My comfy bin is getting full. That's another thing I would like to show you. We go out and I'm going to show you we are turning the compost today. So just remembered it. Right, let's take the skin and compost this, the banana skin. And we're going to make the banana ice cream next. So the ingredients are goat's milk, condensed milk, double cream and vanilla extract. And probably we're gonna do it twice or 3 times because my ice cream maker, it's smallish. So probably it needs at least 2 go. And it takes about half an hour to 40 minutes to make the ice cream each time. I've just looked the milk and I think we are now not far to cut the curd, friends. And after that we're going to blitz the breadcrumbs and we are doing so well. I'm just checking my list so I can cheese, breadcrumbs, leftover food, banana ice cream and freeze food. We nearly done everything. There's one more thing I might make a start on the sourdough bread. And for dinner tonight we're going to have the leftover cold potato salad and the chicken schnitzel, friends. So we don't really need to cook today. So we skipped breakfast. So for lunch we had the cabbage soup. For snack we had a couple of bagely, that poppy seed and chocolate roll. And for dinner we're going to have the cold potato salad and the chicken schnitzel. And that's that, friends. Our jobs for today is done. I'm just going to blitz in my blender these bananas with the condensed milk and the milk and the vanilla and the double cream. So everything, so it's nice and smooth before we're going to put it to the ice cream maker. And then I'm gonna go out to feed the cats, empty my compost bin, lock the chickens up, and that's it. So I've just added the milk. I'm gonna add half of the tub, about 150 ml of this double cream. Next, we're going to add about a couple of teaspoons of the vanilla extract. We're gonna add half of this banana from here. So we are making 2 batches. And then we're going to add the condensed milk. I had a little bit left in one tub. And then we add another one. Like this. And we're just going to blitz everything together until it's nice and smooth. And we transfer it to the ice cream maker, friends. Smells wonderful. Just give it a little bit stir because the condensed milk stuck on the side. Tastes divine. Gently try to pour this to the ice cream maker. I'll leave it to it. We are ready to cut the curd. And while that's healing, I'm just going to take the compost bin out and take the dogs for a walk. Feed the cats, lock the chickens up. And when we come back, we're going to heat the milk up, the cheese, the curd, to make the cheese. And by then, our first batch of the ice cream should be ready. And we're going to put it in a freezer and start on the next one. And then we do the breadcrumbs and get dinner ready. Perfect. Turn in the compost. We're gonna join these two together now, and these two together. I better get out of Alan's way. It's very soggy. I'm not quite wearing the right footwear, to be honest. But the problem we had in here, that the rainwater runs across from neighbors' fields to my compost pile, and I think washes some of it to the stream. So we need to do something about that as well. But at the moment we are turning the compost. Ah, okay, it's looking good. I'm happy. Let's go close and have a look. So we're gonna join that one what Alan's just doing now with this lot. So this is the oldest pile of compost, and over there that's the most recent. So we've been doing like 4 piles, but we're going to combine it for 2 for now, because we won't be having much now for the next couple of months. And hopefully this one in 2 months' time will be ready, so we can start putting these to our raised beds in a garden. Alan nearly finished. So we are combining the 2 freshest pile. So that's where I put everything from the compost from the kitchen. If we have a clear out, if we clear out the chickens or the goats, their bedding, and lots of things from the garden. So it all become eventually our compost for the following growing season. So over there, that pile is now the huge pile behind Al. That's the oldest compost, so that's gonna be ready in a couple of months. And this is gonna take a little bit more time. We're going to turn this. We ideally love to turn it every month, but sometimes it's every other month. And that's how we make our homemade compost, friends. Look at this adorable kitten. Oh, how cute this is. This is so cute. What's happened to your house again? Were you playing? Hi, Toodles. Hello, Shiri. Oh, look at this. Hello. Hello, you having a nap? Yes, you having a night-night. I know. Hello. See you later then. Okay, we are ready to put the cheese back on stove and heat it back up for 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So I've just emptied that pot and put the cheese curd to these 2 cheesecloths, and I'm just going to leave it in here until tomorrow morning. The first lot of ice cream is ready, so I'm just going to put to these plastic tubs, label it, and this can go to the freezer. Let's have a taste test. Wow, that is delicious. That is delicious, friends. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put the next lot in there and start again. So I'm using the coffee grinder. I plugged it in and I'm just going to fill this up and blitz it for nice and smooth texture, because that's how we like it. You don't have to, as it is now, you can use it. I'm just gonna blitz it a little further more. That's it. And just empty it to my container. And just carry on until this is all done. The ice cream needs probably another 40 minutes, the second round. And while we're waiting on the ice cream, I'll be going to have dinner. It is about 4:30 now. So perfect. Because I don't use microwave, I need to heat up the meat in the oven. So I'm just gonna put this in there. Only for 5-7 minutes, just to heat it up. It's already cooked. And we're going to have the cold potato salad as it is cold. The ice cream is now ready to go to the freezer. That's the first batch. So we're gonna have again the same amount. Okay, so for dinner, we are having the chicken and the potato salad. For dessert, we are having the banana ice cream we've just made, and with some leftover shortbread from Christmas time. Good morning, friends. Happy New Year. It is the next day. I have started the Pantry challenge on New Year's Eve. I thought I need to get going with all the leftovers as soon as possible. So what we have done, we have managed to do all these are banana ice cream. So that's gonna be, this is a lot of ice cream to us to enjoy the next couple of months. Also, that filled this massive jar for me with the breadcrumbs, but it's awesome because in a Pantry challenge, I've got my eye on the goats. Cheese I've made 2 weeks ago. It's perfect for fried cheese. In use of the potatoes, we are going in the next vlog. We're going out to the pantry and we're going to take the chits of the potatoes and probably bring some back with us. So that's that. And the cheese. The cheese, I forgot to salt it, so I just sprinkled some pink Himalayan salt on the top on the one cheese, and another one stuck to the cheesecloth. So what I have decided to do, I've salted it and broke it apart, and it's gonna be like kind of like a soft cheese, or like kind of like a cream cheese texture, but it's still delicious. I've tried it. So I'm going to put the ice cream back to the freezer. I'm gonna leave the cheese, this one out on a kitchen counter, this one can go to the fridge, and I probably leave the breadcrumbs in a fridge. So the first thing first I'm gonna make my herbal tea mixture, and I'm probably going to wrap up this vlog. It's already too long and it's only 1st of January. But I am going to bring you along the whole month of January with the Pantry Challenge, with Jessica's 3 Rivers Homestead Pantry Challenge, and we're gonna get a lot done, and we're not going to go to the shop at all. So, well, thank you so much for spending time with me today, and see you very soon. Bye, friends.